You, what's going on? It's your boy. Yeah, y'all seen that already. But yeah, it's your boy HollyHood Sensei, Sensei of the Blur Cartel, CEO status. We are in the building. You know what I mean? This is my seventh episode of Welcome to Hollywood. My first episode in a long time since the first one that I did by myself. I had some guests on here. I had the con man on here with me a couple episodes. Make sure you go check the con man out. Tapping No Capping podcast every Friday on the Blur to Prove Entertainment. I had my lady on here. Lala is so random with a Z. You make sure y'all check her out on all social media platforms. She's the dopest. So y'all make sure y'all go check her out. But yeah, this is Welcome to Hollywood. And you already know, CEO status, Blur Cartel. Like, share, and subscribe. We on all social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Music for your listening needs. You know what I mean? And shout out to What It Sound Like, because this is kind of a spin-off of a What It Sound Like episode tonight. I'm going to do one of these once a month. Just every month I'm gonna do a special episode. I might be talking about music, I might be talking about sports, maybe talking about, something else in entertainment, whether it be the MCU, the TV show that's popping, whatever. But every month I'm gonna do one genre where, I'm breaking from the norm of the show. And I'm talking about something else. So no two things can be true tonight. No, if you knew better, you do better. This is a special episode. You see the title. Is it Harry Styles or Beyonce for album of the year? So tonight I'm talking about, albums. I'm talking about not, and you know me, if you listen to What It Sound Like, I love me some rap music. And it's gonna be a lot of rap albums on this list. But, you know, there were some few albums that weren't rap that made it onto this top 25 that I'm going to do tonight. And yeah, Beyonce and Harry Styles, those like two of the top albums for me this year. So, that's why I'm going to preface it with this is HollyHood Sensei's top 25. This is mine. This is my opinion. This is not fact. I am not any type of music publication where, my word is law. So yeah, nah. This is just my opinion, my top 25, albums of this year, 2022. And let me just say, there was a tweet earlier this year, by Tory Lane saying that 2022 has just been mid with the album releases. And like, I super beg to differ on that one. Like, this year has been one of the best years in music, period. Like, I've had man, I had so much fun this year listening to music. I discovered some new artists. The artists that I already loved that came back out and gave us some projects. Kendrick Lamar. So 2022 has been a very, very great year for music, and we about to hop in. I'm gonna let y'all know my top 25, and I'm not basing my top 25 is not based off album sales or Billboard placements, any of that. It's just the quality of the music from what I heard. The subject matter, the production, how cohesive it was, how fluid it was, all that. Like, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I judge for. With these albums, it had nothing to do with what they how much they sold. I don't care if the album sold 500K in the first week or if it sold 15K in the first week. Like, it was just for my listening ears. So yeah, but let's get into it, man. And once again, just welcome to Hollywood, man. Episode 7. And make sure tonight y'all tune in. We got Make It Make Sense coming on right after this. Shout out to my boy Monray Hudson, overall 99 Media. And then tonight we got After Dark. So slide through the night for After Dark. But let's get it popping, man. Number 25. Let me pull it up for you. So on HollyHood Sensei's top 25, coming in at number 25. Her Loss, Drake, 21 Savage. Yeah, I know. It just came out like what, 2 weeks ago? Something like that. But it was fire. You know what I mean? Drake, 21 Savage, Her Loss, number 25. You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to be honest. My one criticism about this album is, even though I like 21's progression as a rapper on this album, it was more of a Drake featuring 21 Savage instead of a Drake and 21 Savage. Because, Drake kind of dominated the verses on every song. You know what I mean? Either he rapped longer or he just had more verses. But that doesn't take away from it being a good album. That just, I docket points because of that a little bit. But yeah, Her Loss coming in at number 25. I like the beats. We have Metro Boomin on there. Of course, anytime you get a Metro Boomin 21 Savage, it's always gonna go up. It's always gonna go up. But Major Distribution, one of the best songs on there. I love Back Outside Boys. Drake did his thing on there. What we got? Privileged Rappers, another good one. Circle Loco. Now I know on that John, it was the whole Stallion line and everything. I mean, we talked about that on What It Sound Like every Thursday at 7 on the Blurred Cartel. But I don't think Drake really dissed her. You know what I mean? It was just a little play on words. You know what I mean? He knew what he was doing there. Next level marketing. You know what I mean? You say her name, people going to click on it, and you see the controversy that came behind it. But Circo Loco, another good song on there. Middle of the Ocean. One of the anytime you get Drake on a beat like that, you know he's going to talk heavy. You know he's going to bring the bars. He's going to be spitting that fire. So Middle of the Ocean. And then 3 a.m. in Glenwood may be the best song on the album. And that's just you get 21 Savage by itself on a nice beat, nice slow joint. You get to hear what he got. So 3 a.m. in Glenwood, probably the best song on there. Good album. Her Loss coming in at number 25. You know what I mean? That's Drake, 21 Savage, Her Loss coming in at number 25. So, and for those who's watching, this is the top 25 albums of 2022. HollyHood Sensei's top 25 albums of 2022. So, if you got some Jones, make sure you throw them in the comments. And if you got an issue with my list, even though you shouldn't because it's my list, but if you have an issue with it, I'll drop the link for you. You can come and chat with your boy. It ain't about shit. But number 24. Who we got in the comments? We got my boy. What's going on, man? What's up with you? You know what I mean? But number 24 on the top 25 of 2022, we have. Hold on, let me pull it up. We got Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher, Griselda the Butcher coming, nigga. You know what I mean? Tana Talk 4 came out March 8th, I believe, of this year. Tana Talk 4. Now, was this better than Tana Talk 3? No, it wasn't. But it was still a good project nonetheless. You know what I mean? It was carried by the, Johnny P's Caddy featuring J. Cole. J. Cole may have had the verse not even may have had, he had the verse of the year on that song. You know what I mean? But Benny did his thing on there as well. You know what I mean? But Tana Talk 4, Johnny P's Caddy, one of the best songs, period, that came out this year, was on this album. Then you have Weekend at Perry's featuring Bodie James, Fire John, 10 More Commandments with Diddy. You know what I mean? It was a, play on the 10 Crack Commandments by, Notorious B.I.G. And who better to do a 10 More Commandments than a Benny the Butcher? Or maybe a Pusha T could have did it as well, but, Benny the Butcher, 10 More Commandments. Then you had Tyson versus Ali with him and Conway, another Fire John. You know what I mean? And Mr. Chow Hall, the final song at the end. And Thowie's Revenge is definitely another fire one. Me, when it comes to albums, I like length. This joint was 12 songs, so it really wasn't as long as I would like. Pause. But Nonetheless, it was still a good album. You know what you're going to get from Benny the Butcher. You're going to get bars. You're going to get realism. And that's what you got on this joint. It was also some more creativity within the raps. Within the content. So I like that as well. Oh yeah, my score for her loss. I gave her loss like it was like a 7. So I gave that like a 7. China Talk 4 also with a 7. I give it like a 7.2. But coming in at number 24 on the top 25 list is Tana Talk by Benny the Butcher. And like I said, it was a fire year for music, man. Like Benny the Butcher, Tana Talk 4. If you ain't listened to it, go check it out. It's number 24 on the list. Let's get to number 23. And for those just tuning in, we are doing HollyHood Sensei's top 25 albums of 2022. So let's get to number 23. Number 23, we got Crash by Charlie XCX. Sorry, I put the E there. It's definitely not an E. It's just an I. But Charlie XCX coming in at number 23. With Crash. Album came out March 18th of 2022 this year. Fire John. I don't just listen to rap. I like to, you know, tap into other Johns. And this album was fire. I fucks with it. It was a little short, 12 tracks. But that's the era we in now. We don't really get the 20 plus album joints anymore. But 12 tracks, Fire John. One of my favorite songs on here. Good ones. I like Beg for You, Baby, Yuck, Used to Know Me. So it's a very good album. I like the direction of this album, the whole sound of it. It was just very good, very good. So I'm gonna give this number 23 on the top 22 list is Charlie XCX with Crash. So yeah, that's number 23. Let's get into number 22 of 2022. And we got another one from Griselda. Griselda's in the building. Conway the Machine. God don't make mistakes. Conway the Machine with God don't make mistakes. We did a review for this one on What It Sound Like. Shout out What It Sound Like podcast every Thursday at 7 on the Blurred Cartel. But yeah, Conway the Machine coming in at number 22 with God Don't Make Mistakes. Another Griselda joint. Fire. A lot of features on this one too. Like, matter of fact, I think every song had a feature except for maybe 3. Yeah, 3 songs. Piano Love, Guilty, and So Much More were the only ones that did not have features on this one. But I don't dock points away from that because the features were fire. I dock points because it was only 12 songs. And, I like more full-length projects. Give me 15, maybe. Give me 16 songs, But it was 12 songs, but these songs worked. It's what you get from Griselda. Realism, the drug rap, the gritty rap, that street shit, that hard bars, this is what you got. But you had Lock and Load from the Rip with Beanie Siegel. I was hyped just to hear Sieg rap again, and be fire. So that joint was fire. Tear Gas with Rick Ross and Lil Wayne, that joint was Gucci. Drum Work with with Love the Genius and Jay Skis. Bro. Yeah, that's probably my favorite song on the album. Like, I am a huge Love the Genius fan. So like, she's like the best rapper, like woman rapper, whatever, female rapper, whatever you would call it. She's it. She's better than some of these dudes as well. But Seven of Genius and Jay Skis on that drum work, Fire John Woo flick with Benny the Butcher and West Side Gun, the Griselda link up. Fire John. Like overall, the album was Gucci. It was solid. You know what I mean, the bars were there, production was there. I like the features. We had the Chanel pearls with Jill Scott. You know what I mean, Jilly from Philly was giving us bars. Like, you know what I mean, that shit was fire. So coming in at number 22, we got God Don't Make Mistakes. Conway the Machine. You know what I mean, oh yeah, Charlie Crash for Charlie. I gave that joint a 7.3. This joint gets a 7.4. You know what I mean? So number 22. No, it also gets a 7.3, my bad. Number 22, God Don't Make Mistakes. You know what I mean? And for those who watching, what was your favorite album of this year? Like, you know what I mean? Let me know, like, what was your favorite album so far? I mean, I know the year ain't over. We got 1 month left. So this list can change because maybe something that's gonna drop next month, maybe, but as of right now, this is what it is. But yeah, if you had a favorite album this year or albums, I mean, let me know something. If it's albums on this list, maybe that you fucked with, that'll be dope as well. But number 21, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future, Denzel Curry. I mean, I think this was one of the most underrated albums of 2022. I mean, Denzel Curry is one of the most underrated artists in the game, one of the more eccentric, more creative artists. You know what I mean? And he has bars. You know what I mean? But this album, I feel as though was slept on, super slept on. It was fire. You know what I mean? He had a Robert Glasper feature on here, T-Pain. You know what I mean? Jid, Rico Nasty, Black. You know what I mean? Just, listen, this joint was fire. Came out March 25th. Another March joint. March was a fire year. I mean, March was a fire month this in this year. Like March had some fire releases. But yeah, this joint was Gucci. Like, I mean, the bars was there as always with Denzel Curry. I mean, I love the concept of the album. I love the subject matter. The production was solid. You know what I mean? Another, like, it was 14 songs, so it was kind of on the cusp of being not too much. I mean, of being, too little and just right. But, 14 songs, solid project from Denzel Curry, underrated project. And this was number 21 on my list. I mean, number 21 on the top 25 albums of 2022. You know what I mean? Very nice sound, very good sound with this joint. Underrated. Probably could have been a Grammy nomination because it was that good. But, number 21, Denzel Curry. Melt My Eyes. See Your Future. You know what I mean? Anybody who watching, you did y'all tap into this joint? Anybody that's watching this joint, did you listen to this album? Like, I mean, was this album on your radar? Was any of the albums I named so far on your radar? Like, you know what I mean? Gotta get back in my music game, but I thought the album was solid. Fact. Taylor Swift, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Taylor ain't even make the top 25, bro. Like, not on my joint. Like, and that, don't get me wrong, that Taylor Swift album was not bad, but she didn't make my top 25. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's number 21. Denzel Curry, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. You know what I mean? And we are going to get into number 20 on the top 25 of 2022. This album was actually an album of the week on What It Sound Like. You know what I mean? And it made my top 25, coming in at number 20. I hope when we posted this, you guys went and listened to it. And did I not post a picture? Yikes. But the album was Hypnos by Raven Lene. I mean, I don't know why I don't got the picture in there. It should be in there, but it's not. But yeah, Raven Lene coming in at number 20 with Hypnos. She has a very unique sound, very, very lovely voice. You know what I mean? She picks her production is very fire. She picks some very good beats. You know what I mean? Very creative with her music. Some of my favorite songs on this Hypnos album were Venom. I like Skin Tight featuring Steve Lacy, Where I'm From with Mariba. She had 3D with Smino. Shout out to Smino. You know what I mean? Light Me Up was my favorite song on the album. You know what I mean? So Raven Lene at 20. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, and I gave this John got a 7.5 from me. But Raven Lene at 20 with Hypnos came out May 20th of this year. May 20th of this year. 16 songs. So almost an hour, about 53 minutes. It was a fire joint. Like I mean, Raven Lene is one of my favorite new like R&B artists out here. She's fire. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm not slandering Taylor, man. Like, that joint was just it was an honorable mention. It's in the top 30. It's like 26. But yeah, check this out, Raven Lene. This joint is fire. You know what I mean? But yeah, Raven Lene coming in at 20. And then let's go. Number 19. We did this album. We reviewed this album not too long ago when we did I believe we were interviewing Quizzy F. Make sure you check out Quizzy F. Type that in on YouTube. QUIZZYEFF. Quizzy F. Type him in. I mean, best rapper in the game. But we reviewed this album on that show. And number 19, Ari Lennox, age, sex, location. You know what I mean? One of my favorite R&B singers. You know what I mean? Dreamville's own, the first lady of Dreamville. I mean, album came out September 9th of this year. This joint was fire. Got high remarks from me. High remarks. This joint is in the last couple hours was sevens. This is an 8, high 8s. You know what I mean? Queen Space with Summer Walker. Fire. Leak It with Chloe. Boy Bye. Lucky Day. That joint, come on, man. Waste My Time. POF. Like, A-Sex Location was fire. Put this in your rotation right now. You know what I mean? If you fucks with the R&B and you with it, put Ari in your rotation, man. A-Sex Location was one of her best, to me, her best project to date. You know what I mean? And I gave that joint an 8 on my scale. But yes, coming in at number 19 is Age, Sex, Location by Ari Lennox, man. Like, fire joint. But yeah, we about to get into number 18 on the list. Let me get to these comments first. See what y'all talking about. Had to simp for a minute. Listen, I get you. You know what I mean? Because I'm the same way when it comes to Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? I'll simp for her any day. I'm simping for Megan and Lala. You already know. But let's get into number 18 on the top 25 list. And we also reviewed this album on what it sound like. You know what I mean? But coming in at number 18 is Future. I Never Liked You. You know what I mean? Hendrix. I Never Liked You coming in at number 18. You know what I mean? I'm a huge Future fan. I'm a Future stan. I'm gonna keep it honest. I mean, I'm part of the Future Hive. Whatever you want, you know what I mean? Like, Future is my guy. He's one of the GOATs. I'll say this. You talk about Kendrick, Cole, Drake, all them niggas, the Meek Mills, the Big Sean's, all them motherfuckers. Future, Tyler the Creator. Future been right there with them niggas. The numbers back it up. You know what I mean? He got the platinum plaques. He got the listen. Future is a fucking machine. He's really one of the GOATs. And like, y'all gotta get this man his props. And I Never Liked You just further cements his status, bro. Like, You know what you're gonna get from a Future project as far as the production goes. Production was fire. You know what I mean? From the rip. The motherfucking intro, 7:12 p.m. Hard. I'm that nigga. Hard. Keep It Burning with Kanye West. That may have been the best verses I heard from Kanye in a minute. You know what I mean? Because he was running that shit. Keep It Burning was fire. Beat fire. For a Nut with Gunna and Young Thug. Free the Guys. You know what I mean? Fire. You know what I mean? Gold Stacks. Another joint. We all know Wait For You is everywhere. It's on every TikTok video. Whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But that song was fire. Yeah, I mean, I fucks with Chickens with ESTG, Voodoo. You know what I mean? Back to Basics. Like this album was Gucci. You know what I mean? It was real. It was a real good project. I'm not gonna say it was Future's best album. You know what I mean? But it was one of. I definitely put it within like the top 3 or 4. You know what I mean? So I gave Future. I mean, for I Never Liked You, I gave that joint an 8. But yeah, it coming at number 18 on the list, man. Number 18, Future. I Never Liked You. Let's get into number 17 though. You know what I mean? And let me know, have y'all listened to any of these albums? I know you probably have. You probably listen to Future, but let me know if it's some joints y'all ain't heard of that I just put you on to. I mean, because I love putting niggas on the new music. But number 17, my boy Saba, A Few Good Things. One of the more slept on albums of the year. Amazing album. You know, sonically, artistically, this album is just fire. Saba is one of the more underrated artists in the industry, in my opinion. Like, you need more Saba on your playlist if you don't got him. Like, I mean, you need more Saba in your playlist if you don't have him. Aisha, what's going on, Miss Morgan? She's in the building. You know what I mean? Good to see you here. We doing the top 25 albums. Well, HollyHood's top 25 albums of 2022. And we are at number 17. But yeah, Saba with A Few Good Things. Like, I mean, it was. Listen, subject matter is just one of the things that drives me. You know what I mean, music, and this shit had plenty of it. Like, the content in this album was just fire. You know what I mean? Fire features. Came out February 4th of this year. You know what I mean? 14 songs. You know what I mean? You know, it was right at the cusp of being, but it was a fire joint. I like the Survivor's Guilt with G Herbo. You know what I mean? We had Still with Black and Smino. A Simpler Time, Mariba. You know what I mean? I love Stop That. Another fire joint. A Few Good Things featuring Black Thought and Aaron Allen Kane. Probably the best song on this album. You know what I mean? This album, like I said, sonically it's like a masterpiece. Like you can this has hella replay value to me. Like you can run it back from top to bottom. You know what I mean? Just listen to this joint all day. Like I mean, but Saba coming in at number 17. If you don't got no Saba on your playlist, bro, like just do me a favor and put him on there. Like one of my favorite Saba songs, and I'll put you on right now. It's a joint called Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. If you don't like that song, then you know, hey. But that's my favorite song by him. And just listen to that joint. Listen to it. Like, get Saba in your life. Put some Saba in your playlist. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's get into number 16 on the top 25 albums of 2022. Like, trying to see this picture of my girl trying to send me right now. I don't know if she, I mean, but number 16. Oh yeah, I gave Saba A Few Good Things. I gave that joint an 8.3. But number 16. This is where a lot of nines is about to come in. Like, I gave a lot of albums high scores. But Soul Separately by Freddie Gibbs comes in at number 16. You know what I mean? One of the best albums, rap albums this year. You know what I mean? Freddie Gibbs was like, he was rapping on this joint. Like, you know what I mean? Huh? Oh, my bad, y'all. You know what I mean? But One of the best albums of this year. He was rapping. He had he showed some versatility on here. You know what I mean? It was a different side of Gibbs. I like when artists can be creative and they actually are good with the creativity. But yeah, this joint came out in September. It was 15 songs, sold separately by Freddie Gibbs. Another joint that had, quite a few features on it. You know what I mean? First joint had Kelly Price. Second intro joint with Kelly Price was fire. Couldn't be done. I like Pain and Strife featuring Offset. You know what I mean? Too Much with Moneybag Yo, Lobster Omelet, him and Rick Ross. Anytime Ross and Freddie Gibbs is on the joint, it's gonna be fire. Like they've never disappointed me on a track together. Like, you know what I mean? They never disappointed me. But yeah, Lobster Omelet, fire. You know what I mean? Feel No Pain with Anderson Paak and Raekwon, fire. You know what I mean? Gold Rings with Pusha T, fire. Grandma Stove with Music Soul Child, fire. Decoded with Scarface, fire. And my favorite song over here is CIA. But Freddie Gibbs, Soul Separately, coming in at number 16. The beats was there. Freddie be linking up with Alchemist. He got the Griselda connections. You know what I mean? Listen, fire album. Lyricism is there. You want bars. You want to hear some top tier bars, some real rap, that street shit. You know what I mean? Check out Soul Separately. This joint is fire. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Bunny Rabbit. You know what I mean? Freddie Gibbs. But this is number 16 on the top 25 albums of 2022. HollyHood's top 25 album of 2022. And this joint just came out. Like, literally just came out like last week. But I don't care because that joint was fire. You know what I mean? It's fire. Like, but it's coming in at number 15. We had somebody say recently that my boy was irrelevant. Yeah, I mean, niggas was saying Nas is irrelevant. I don't know how. Hold on, folks. But yeah, King's Disease 3 coming in at number 15. 21 Savage said he was irrelevant, crazy. You know what I mean? He's not. You know what I mean? All the real niggas still listen to Nas. You know what I mean? Of course, Nas and Hit Boy been on a roll from King's Disease to King's Disease 2 to Magic and now King's Disease 3. They just been on a roll together. Like, Nas and Hit Boy, like, that was the combination I didn't know we needed. But, like, I mean, I'm glad we got it. Like, I mean, this joint was fire. Like, all the King's Diseases was fire. We might have to do an episode where we just go through the King's Disease trilogy to really see which one was the best one. But 3 was fire. We had 17 songs on this joint. You know what I mean? Just to my liking. I like, that's a nice joint. 17 songs. You know what I mean? But here we go. What I liked on it? I like Legit. I mean, Michael and Quincy, Hood to Hood. Recession Proof was good. I'm on Fire. Once a Man, Twice the Child. I mean, Nas rapping on these new era type beats. You know what I mean? Giving you these new era type bars, showing you that he could adapt to the times and still be fire. Coming in at number 15 is King's Disease. I mean, that joint gets a 9 just like Freddie Gibbs' joint did. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's number 15, King's Disease 3 by Nas. Totally not irrelevant. But shout out to 21 Savage though, you know what I mean? He's just a misguided youth. He was just talking out the side of his neck, that's all it was. You know what I mean? Forget that man. He's just a youngster. You know how these youngsters are. But that's number 15 on the top 25 of 2022. Let's go to number 14. We just reviewed this, John, on our last episode of What It Sound Like. We just reviewed it, so make sure you go run that episode back. You know what I mean? We just reviewed this joint. Got high remarks from everybody on the panel. You know what I mean? It was, one of my favorite albums to listen to this year. I don't know why I don't have the picture up here when it should be in here. You know what I mean? But okay. Alright. I mean, I literally downloaded all these pictures for y'all. You know what I mean? And for some reason, they ain't in here. But we gonna get y'all number 15. I mean, number 14. Yesy from Jesse Reyes. You know what I mean? We just reviewed this joint on Thursday. You know, we just reviewed this joint on Thursday. You know what I mean? Oh, we got Tay Green in the building, Black Boma. You know what I mean? Yo, make sure y'all go follow her. Yo, her TikTok be popping, Facebook page be popping. Yo, hit her up, man. Black Boma. Yo, check her out. Her content is amazing. You know what I mean, definitely one of my favorite content creators in these streets. So make sure y'all go check her out. But Jesse Reyes in the building. You know what I mean? We just reviewed this joint. You know, we just reviewed it on Thursday. One of my favorite albums of this year. Like, she did her thing on this joint. Like, Jessie Reyes can sing. Like, you know what I mean? She is artistic as fuck. She's super creative. You know what I mean? She went, like, it was like the whole sound on this joint. She went like R&B, soul, pop, rock. Like, she was just transitioning all these sounds together. And it was all fluid. It was all cohesive. The shit was fire. You know what I mean? One of the best albums I heard. My only criticism, it was 11 songs. You know what I mean, 11 songs. I need more. I mean, I need more, especially from an album like this. I need more. But it was fire though. You know what I mean, one of the best albums of this year. Came out September 16th of this year. I'm definitely loving this joint. If it's not in your rotation, put it in your rotation. I gave it, what did I give it on the show? I gave it a 9.5 on the show. So, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, definitely. You're welcome. You know, I got to shout out the content creators, the good ones, you know what I mean? The great ones. And you are a great one. So, like I said, make sure y'all check her out. That's Black Boma. You know what I mean? Check her out. But that's number 14. Jesse Reyes. You know what I mean? We in the building. Number 13 on HollyHood's top 25 albums of 2022. You know what I mean? All I know is this picture better be up here. Alright. They've been StreamYard been fucking with me. Like, I literally uploaded like 25 pictures before I got on this job. But number 13, Westside Boogie with More Black Superheroes. Another album that we review on What It Sound Like every Thursday at 7 on the Lyric Cartel. Shout out my boy Zell Nobel. Shout out the Con Man. But Westside Boogie, More Black Superheroes coming in at number 13. I'm a huge Westside Boogie fan. I've been fucking with him since when he came out with the Thirst 48 Part 2. That came out in 2016. You know what I mean? So I've been fucking with Westside Boogie since then. To me, this was one of the like best rap albums of the year. Period. Like Westside Boogie, he showed his creativity. He showed his versatility. The bars is there as always. You know what I mean? He even had Soldier Boy on this joint, bro. And the song was fire. Like, you know what I mean? Did a song with Big Soldier, Big Draco, and the joint was Gucci. You know what I mean? What was my favorite Jones on here? I like Stuck, Can't Get Over You with Smino, Fire John. Snoop Dogg was on here with Windows Down. You know what I mean? Prideful 2. You know, the only thing about it, it was only 12 songs. You know, and I need a little bit more. But 12 songs, it was fire. Beats was there. Bars was there. Creativity was there. I gave this joint a 9.5 also. So, yeah, that's number 13, Westside Boogie with More Black Superheroes. You know what I mean? Check Westside Boogie out. If he not in your rotation, just put him in your rotation. Do it for me. Like, I mean, do it for me. Like, these is all some fire joints. I'm not giving y'all no bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? These albums were great. You know what I mean? This was a great year in music. Like, so check these joints out if you have not checked them out. But number 12 on the top 25 albums of 2022, HollyHood's top 25 albums of 2022. We have another album that we reviewed on What It Sound Like. Love for Rent by Smino. I mean, one of my favorite artists. Period. One of the most creative motherfuckers in the game right now. One of the most introspective, just versatile. You know what I mean? Smino can like he could really do it all, bro. Like I mean, the these songs on here is it's not. This is a no skipper for real. This is a no skipper. This album is a no skipper. Like from track 1 to track 15, it's 15 tracks. Came out October 28th. You know what I mean, of this year. He had J. Cole on the album. You know what I mean, Doechii was on here with Fat Man Scoop. We had Lucky Day on here. Lil Uzi was on this John. Raven Lene was on here, who I mentioned earlier, at number 20. You know what I mean? Fire John, my favorites, some of my favorite songs on here. 90 Proof with J. Cole. No L's. I like Pro Freak with Doechii and Fat Man Scoop. You know what I mean? More Than a Minute with Lucky Day, fire. Garden Lady was fire. Settle Down with Corey Henry and Raven Lene, fire. And then Curtains and Lee and Lovey, the last two songs. Smino's always gonna get you with some real deep shit that's gonna hit you with like the last couple songs of the album. And this joint was fire. 9.5. Smino, Love for Rent. Check that out. Put it in your rotation. I mean, I'm gonna be saying that for like the next 10 joints. But let's get into it. Number 11 on the top 25 of 2022. You know what I mean? And while I'm shouting niggas out, you see this shirt, Prey Grind Results, that PGR. Hit my boy up, Twiz. PGR on, you know what I mean? Hit my boy, like PGR clothing, man. Like I might have to, I'm gonna get his link. I'm gonna drop that joint on my Facebook profile, on my fucking Twitter. Like, I mean, y'all gotta hit my boy up. Get you some PGR clothing. The hoodies is out. It's hoodie season. We got the Lettermans popping. Make sure you hit my boy up. But let's get into the number 11. You know what I mean? We better have this picture in here. Y'all better not fucking play with me. Alright. Number 11. This joint nominated for a Grammy, and we did a review for it. But it's Pusha T. Push. King Push is in the building. It's Almost Dry. You know what I mean? Came out earlier this year in April. You know what I mean? Another 12-song album. You know what I mean? But it was fire nonetheless. You know what I mean? You know what you're going to get from Pusha. You're going to get that slick talk. You're going to get the coke bars. You're going to get that, you know what you're going to get from Pusha. You know what I mean? And he delivers every time. He found the right formula, and it's no need to fix it. Like, you know what I mean? It's good. Like Brambleton, the first song goes off. You know what I mean? Let the Smoker Shine the Coops. Probably my favorite song on there. Goes off. Then Neck and Wrist, another fire Pusha and Jay-Z mashup. I mean, you know, they gave us Drug Dealers Anonymous. Neck and Wrist fire, Jay-Z featuring Pharrell. Just So You Remember, another one. Rock and Roll, Kanye and Kid Cudi. I mean, Scrape It Off. You know what I mean? With Lil Uzi and Don Toliver. Like, I kind of like that sound from Pusha. Like, you know what I mean? He switched it up and showed you, like, all right, listen, I can get with this shit. You know what I mean? I can get on a little fast-paced beat, little, you know what I mean, little boppy joint. Like, and that joint was fire. Scrape It Out the Pot, Open Air. You know what I mean? And then we got a Mollis feature on I Pray For You. Like, another fire joint, 9.5. You know what I mean? It's Almost Dry, Pusha T. That's number 11 on HollyHood's top 25 albums of 2022. We here, folks. It's the top 10. You know what I mean? The top 10. Let's go. Who y'all think made the top 10? You know what I mean? Just let me know. And for those who watching, have you listened to any of these albums? Like, really let your boy know if any of these genres was on your radar. Like, I mean, I need to know. Like, or if there's an album I missed so far, let me know. Like, you know what I mean? Because I love when people put me on the music as much as I put people on. So if you got something that you felt was like one of the best albums of the year and I didn't even mention it, let me know. Like, you know what I mean? And I will definitely go listen to that joint. But number 10, Ransom, No Rest for the Wicked. You know what I mean? Shout out to Dylan. You know what I mean? Because he spits hot fire. But No Rest for the Wicked by Ransom coming in at number 10. You know what I mean? Another John, just 11 songs, but I think Ransom got his point across with this John. I feel like he always been one of the more underrated spitters when it just comes to like that street rap, the underground rap. You know what I mean? He just the lyricism is there. He could really hop on a track with anybody and hold his own. Like whether it's a Benny the Butcher or a Pusha T, or Freddie Gibbs, or whoever you want to name that's in that same realm as he is, he can hop on a track with them and hold his own and even have the best fucking verse because he's that fire. Like, you know what I mean, this album was so crazy. Like I told you in the beginning, subject matter is what gets me the most, and the subject matter in this album is just top tier. Like, bro, if you love spitters, you love niggas that just rap pure bars, this album gotta be in your rotation, bro. It has to be. No Rest for the Wicked. Let's get into some of my Jones. Rituals, Ransom 38 Special, that Jones fire. The Circumstances Jones with Game. I mean, Game, Nicholas Craven, that Jones is nasty. Overnight Success. I like Redemption. Imperial Glaciers with Willie the Kid. That Jones is. And then The Gambler. Like, this album was fire. You know what I mean? It had some nice beats, nice transitions. It was cohesive. You know what I mean? The shit was Gucci. You know what I mean? You gotta check it out. One of the best albums of the year. You know what I mean? Hands down. You know what I mean? It's definitely in my top 10. But No Rest for the Wicked by Ransom. You know what I mean? Make sure you check that joint out. That's number 10 of HollyHood's top 25 albums of 2022. Let's get into number 9. Number 9. And this is an artist that I just discovered this year. Like, I mean, I just listened to this man for the first time this year, and he blew me away with this project, and blew me away enough to where as though it got all the way in my top 10. That's how good it was. Like, number 9, Steve Lacy with Gemini Rights. You know what I mean? This joint kind of like a more of an alternative R&B type of, you know what I mean? But when I tell you this joint is like a musical masterpiece, it is. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't like using that word heavy like that. But, and it was only 10 songs, which infuriated me a little bit because it's like, yo, I need more of this shit. But Steve Lacy with Gemini Rice, I just, like I said, I just discovered him this year. I love this man's creativity. Like, his versatility was some of my favorite songs on here. Helmet, fire. Mercury, you know what I mean? Bad Habit, which I think is being nominated for a Grammy. Uh, Amber was fire. Give You the World. Like, put this album in your row. You know what I mean? Steve Lacy, Gemini Rights, coming in at number 9. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, most definitely. And that's my boy Twiz. And it's my boy Twiz PGR in the comments. Yo, listen, hit my man up, yo. Get you some merch. Like, you know what I mean? Get down with the squad. Get that PGR on your chest, my nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Fucks with him. But yeah, that's Steve Lacy, number 9 on the top 25 list of 2022. HollyHood's top 25. You know what I mean? Woo! What y'all think number 1 gonna be? Keep it a beam. What you think number 1 gonna be? Just let me know something. What you think number 1 gonna be? But number 8. Let's get into number 8. The picture better be in here. Alright, it's in here. Another album that was reviewed on the What It Sound Like podcast. 2000, the much anticipated album by Joey Badass. 1999 was probably one of the best mixtapes ever. You know what I mean? You know, when that joint came out, had R.I.P. Capital Steez. You know what I mean? Survival Tactics, probably the man. But 2000, I love this album. Like, I love this joint. Joey Badass did his thing. Like, he did his thing. Like, his, Joey got bars, so you didn't have to worry about the bars. You know what I mean? The bars was there. But the creativity, the different beats, like, I love his beat selection on this joint. Like, you know what I mean? And then it just gave you that New York feel, that East Coast feel. Like, that shit was, you know what I mean? It was back. Like, you know what I mean? It gave you that, like, 2000 East Coast feel when you was like, yeah, like, when you had your Walkman on and you was just on a block, you know what I mean? Or you on your way to the Poppies or the Chinese store or whatever, or you on your way to school or you on a bus or whatever, and you just vibing. Like, this album gave you that feel. Like, you know what I mean? The Joey did his thing with this one. You know what I mean? Lyricism was on point, creativity was on point, subject matter was on point, whole cohesive, real fluid project. 15 songs. You know what I mean? It came out September of this year. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, and I also gave I gave Steve Lacy that 9.5, as well as Ransom got the 9.5. But songs that stood out to me on this joint, Make Me Feel. I love to Make Me Feel sample, the sample in that song. You know what I mean? Brand New 911, you know what I mean, with West Side Gun, fire. Cruise Control, fire. Zip Codes, fire. One of Us featuring Larry June, fire. Wanna Be Loved with Jid, fire. Survivor, like, bro, it's really no skips on this album. This is like, every album in this top 10 is a no skipper. Just join no skips. Every joint on every song on this album is fire. Like, I mean, from, like, my favorite joint probably, I want to say Wanna Be Loved, the joint with Jid. You know what I mean? That joint is like, but Joey Badass 2000 coming in at number 8. You know what I mean? On HollyHood's top 25. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, it's not all rap joints. I had some R&B joints on here. We had some alternative shit up on here. Like, you know what I mean? It was definitely not all rap. But all right, let's get into it. Number 7. We about to get down to that top fizz off. You know what I mean? We also did a review for this album on What It Sound Like. But coming in at number 7 on HollyHood's top 25 albums of 2022. Lupe Fiasco, Drill Music in Zion. You know what I mean? This joint. Lupe just popped out on us with he said, you know what? Everybody else releasing some shit. Let me get in on this. Came out June 24th. You know what I mean? Only 10 songs, but it did what it needed to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it comes on like with like a poem, you know what I mean? Fire, you know what I mean? Then he had Gotti, Autobottle, you know what I mean? Precious Things, another one. Miss Mural, to me, the best song on here, you know what I mean? On Phonem. Like, you know what you're going to get from Lupe. You're going to get bars. You're going to get heavy lyricism. You know what I mean? You're going to get heavy subject matter within his content. You know what I mean? This album, like I said, it did what it needed to do. You know what I mean? It showcased Lupe's pen is still sharp. You know what I mean? He's still one of the top bar spitters in the game when it comes to just bar for bar lyricism. You know what I mean? And this album is very, like, very visual. You know what I mean? You could really see what he's saying. Like, you know what I mean? You can envision the shit. Like, so that's number 7. Drill Music in Zion. You know what I mean? Crazy artwork too for the cover. Like, Drill Music in Zion at 7. Lupe Fiasco hit us with another John. You know what I mean? I definitely had King's Disease 3 at number 15. I did not have Canvas White on here though. I did not listen to that John, so I'm gonna have to go back and check that one out. But King's Disease 3 definitely made the cut. It came in at number 15. All right, we almost at the top five. We almost at the top five. But number 6, this album, yo, this joint got hella replay value, bro. You could play this joint. You could be at a party. Yeah, I mean, you could be at the brunch with the mimosas popping. I mean, at the club or whatever. But this album right here, you turn this shit on, bodies is going to get the moving. Like, you know what I mean? Because this joint is fire. But number 6, we got Calvin Harris with Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2. Another album that we reviewed on What It Sound Like. You know what I mean? And I gave Lupe a 9.6. But yes, Calvin Harris, we know Calvin Harris, one of the, best producers. You know what I mean? Got a very, very solid ear for sound music. You know what I mean? But it come out with a fire intro, just a beat, just soothes you, just a smooth ass. You know what I mean? This album is just like a smooth ride. It's like a smooth sail. So smooth. It goes smooth, then it get vibrant, then it's smooth, vibrant. Like, you know what I mean, just the consistency. You know what I mean, this joint is, but it start off with 21 Savage. And like the features of this album, you wouldn't even think some of these people go together on songs, but you know what I mean, they do. I mean, shout out to my baby in the comments. You know, she at that Pasadena Anime Con out in, Pasadena, California. So if y'all out there and y'all see my baby Lala, it's so random. You make sure, you give her the acknowledgement she deserves. You know what I mean? That's my baby right there, the goddess. Beautiful. I love you. But no, I don't have the Infinity Link joint on here, but that was a good album though. It was a good joint. But number 6, Funk Wave Bounces. Yeah, I mean, this joint was fire. Like real cohesive, fluid. I mean, those are the words of the day if you haven't noticed. But like I said, it was some features on here. You see the name, you seen the names together, and you was like, huh? How this gonna work? But like first song came on, New Money with 21 Savage, did his thing. Then you had Dua Lipa and Young Thug on the next one, fire. You know what I mean? Then the next joint, Woman of the Year, I like this joint a lot. Stefflon Don, Chloe, Coi Leray, fire. And these is all on Calvin Harris beats, bro. Like obsessed with Charlie Puth and Shenseea. Like, bro, I didn't even that combination right there is just stupid. I mean, that joint is fire. One of my favorite songs on here is New to You, Normani, Tinashe, and Offset. Like, fire. I didn't even know that combination would be fire, but it was fire. Like, bro, Ready or Not with Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes on a Calvin Harris beat, and Busta did, come on, bro. He had Justin Timberlake and Halsey on here. Georgia Smith and Lil Durk did they thing. You had Black on the joint. Snoop Dogg and Lotto. Like, that don't even sound like it go together, but the song went so damn well. Like Calvin Harris, listen, bro, 14 songs. It came out August 5th. Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2. This joint, like I said, it's a smooth, vibrant ride. You know what I mean? You could vibe to this joint. You could get you can get your bounce on to this joint. Like the sound, like this is a very, very distinct sound in this album, and like Calvin Harris really put his foot into the production on this joint. So make sure y'all check out that Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2. I gave this joint like a cool 9.6. It was one of the best albums I heard this year. But yes, we are finally at the top 5. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. You know what I mean? Shout out to Dave Chappelle. But we are at the top 5. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, what y'all think number 1? Like, keep it a bean. What y'all think? If you know me, I guarantee you, if you know me, you probably gonna say Kendrick Lamar is number 1. If you know me, you know what I mean. But you may be surprised. But all right, let's get into number 5. Another album that we reviewed, and we also reviewed that Calvin Harris album as well on What It Sound Like. But another album we reviewed on What It Sound Like coming in at number 5. It came out early in the year, like way earlier in the year. Like we did this when the podcast first started. You know what I mean? But way earlier in the year, this joint came out. One of the best albums. To me, one of the weekend's best joints. Fire concept album. Dawn FM. You know what I mean? He gave us like an 80s sound. You know what I mean? It had like the whole concept of it, like it was like a radio station or whatever. You know what I mean? The narration on this joint was, listen, the weekend did his fucking thing on this joint. Like, my favorite song is Out of Time. You know what I mean? When I first heard that song, I was like, hey, yo, like, this shit just, the shit blew me away. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, the weekend really did his fucking thing with this album. This was one of the best. Came out January 6th, like, the beginning of the year. Like, you know what I mean? He started the year off with a bang with this joint. You know what I mean? Like I said, Out of Time, Here We Go Again, featuring Tyler the Creator, Sacrifice, another fire joint. You know what I mean? One of my favorites. I Heard You're Married, featuring Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? Is There Someone Else? Like, Every Angel Is Terrifying. Like, yo, fire. The beats was there. Like I said, the concept of the album was fire. You know what I mean? Everything transitioned well. You know what I mean? I really don't feel like there's no skips on this joint. 16 songs. To me, one of the weekend's best projects. Probably his top three. You know what I mean? Probably his top three. But Dawn FM coming in at number 5. You know what I mean? Let's get y'all number 4. Now, all these albums was reviewed on, and this joint I gave a 9.7. But all these albums were reviewed on what it sound like. You know what I mean? So, you know. That's why I'm not really going too in depth, because like you heard me review some of these joints already. You know what I mean? So like, but the next joint coming in at number 4. You got The Forever Story by Jid. You know what I mean? JID, Jid, whatever you want to call him. You know what I mean? We got The Forever Story. This joint right here, nigga. This shit right here. Galaxy off the rip. Going in. Radar. You know what I mean? Dance Now with Kenny Mason. Then Crack Sandwich. Bro, when I tell you that Jid, like, he is the personification of flows, bro. Like, me personally, I think nobody has a better flow than a Philly nigga. But if you listen to Jid, he make me reconsider. Like, I always say he's baby Kendrick, but the way he plays with words and the way like he could just flow into another flow like his flow transitions is crazy. Like he could, within a verse, he could give you 4 different flows, bro. Like within a verse. And then Jid has always been one of the more introspective rappers, one of the best storytellers. You know what I mean? Heavy storytelling in this album. You know what I mean? Let's get into some of the features though. Surround sound with 21 Savage and Baby Tate, fire. Earth Gang John, Can't Punk Me. Can't Make You Change with Ari Lennox, fire John. Stars with Yasin Bey, fire. You know what I mean? Then he had Lil Wayne on here, Just in Time. And that was one of the best Wayne verses I heard in a minute. Like, you know what I mean? And Wayne been spitting some shit, but that verse on Just in Time, Wayne ain't had to snap like that. Like, this joint came out October 31st of this year with 16 songs. You know, like Jid did his thing. You know what I mean? He was on another level. You know what I mean? He really set himself apart from everybody else in Dreamville that's not named J. Cole. Like. But yeah, I'm. You see me? I'm in the show twice. Like, let's get it. Like, into the fucking multiverse. Like, but yeah, that's number 4. Excuse me while I add this other album in here. I don't know why it's not in here. That's why I wasn't in there, because it wasn't enough space. But yeah, Jid the Forever Story coming in at 4. You know what I mean? The top three. The top fucking 3. Let's go. Coming in at, oh yeah, and I gave Jid, that was also a 9.8. You know what I mean? These next 3 albums all got 10s from me. You know what I mean? Just to let y'all know, they all got 10s from me. But number 3 on HollyHood Sensei's top 25 albums of 2022, coming in at number 3. Are you shocked? Negroes that know me will be very shocked. But number 3, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick the GOAT Lamar. You know what I mean? I was waiting for this album. Like, you know what I mean? I was like a fiend waiting for his next hit, when like anticipating this album. Like, and when it dropped, I was still in Texas at the time. Came out 3 days before my birthday. So I was hype as shit. Like, when you talk about a introspective album, an album that just made you self-reflect, made you look within, like, god damn, like, and it was it was songs on here that, you know, hit me hard, you know what I mean, because of shit that I had to deal with in my childhood, you know what I mean, that happened to me, some of the subject matter that, you know, we shared, you know what I mean, so that hit me in a different place, you know what I mean, so this album was, you know what I mean, it was something different for me, like, you know what I mean, because it really made me, like I said, reflect on who I was, like, you know what I mean, and everything that I've been through, you know what I mean, just to hear a motherfucker just be as vulnerable as he was on this drum, like, you know what I mean, that really resonated with me, you know what I mean, real, you know what I mean, like, heavily. And this album was fire, like, it was, you know, one thing I can say, you know what I mean, about this drum, like, it wasn't like Damn, where like Damn had heavy replay value, you know what I mean, this album, you're not gonna hear too many of the songs on the radio or being blasted in people's cars like that. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't that type of album. But Jones I like N95, Father Time, you know what I mean, We Cry Together, of course. Purple Hearts with Summer Walker and Ghostface, fire. You know what I mean? Crown was fire. Count Me Out. Silent Hill. You know what I mean? Savior with Baby Keem. Auntie Diaries, another John, you know what I mean, that made you like, sheesh. You know, Mother I Sober. That John, you know, because the way he was talking about of him going through, you know, being molested, whatever, touched as a child, you know what I mean? It was by a family member. I went through something similar, but it wasn't with a family member, you know what I mean? But, you know, we'll unpack that on a whole another, you know, that's a therapy session type episode. But yeah, that joint, and then the Hard Part 5. Like, you know what I mean, the Hard Part 5 was on here, bro. Like, I mean, that literally might have been like the best rap song of the year. Like, did you not hear what he was saying in the Hard Part 5? But yeah, coming in at number 3 was Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. This album did what it needed to do for me. Like, you know what I mean, like I said, it was one of the best introspective, one of the best storytelling, best self-reflective projects. You know what I mean? You know, it was real artistry at work with this album. Like, you know what I mean, one thing above all, like, Kendrick is an artist. Like, you could say you don't like his delivery or whatever, all that, but when it comes to the art of rap, just the art of music, he does this shit almost perfectly. Like, I mean, and this album was a showcase of that. So that's number 3, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. You know what I mean? Kendrick Lamar coming in at number 3. So you see the title of the episode. You know what I mean? Is it Harry Styles or is it Beyonce? Who is number 1? Who is number 2? Now, those were, in my opinion, the 2 best albums that came out this year. I mean, that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, and that's fine. Oh yeah, Kendrick got a 10. But is it Beyonce with Renaissance or is it Harry Styles with Harry's House? Who's number one? Who's number two? You know what I mean? We are finally about to get to it. Number two on the list. We got Harry's House coming in at number two. You know what I mean? Listen, when I tell you this album was like, we did a review for this joint. I listened to this shit. I said, hold up. Why haven't I been listening to Harry Styles? Like, what the fuck is going on where I wasn't, like, why wasn't I hip to Harry Styles before this shit? Like, I mean, and I'm pretty sure I heard some of his songs before then. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I have, but I just never just sat there and said, you know what? Let me listen to a full length Harry Styles project. My boy Zell Nobel, shout out to Zell. You know what I mean? He said, hey, yo, we got to review this Harry Styles joint. So I said, all right, fuck it. We on it. You know what I mean? We got into it. Harry's House came out May 20th of this year. 13 songs. No skips. You know what I mean? No skips. Like Harry, listen, Harry could give you that, he could give you that vibrant shit, that bubbly shit. He could get sad on you. He could get deep on you. Like this John, as it was, you know that John popping everywhere. But as it was fire. Late Night Talking, I love that John. Daylight, Little Freak, Matilda, Daydreaming. Listen. And then the last John, Love of My Life. Yo, Harry Styles, he definitely made me a fan for life with this album. Like anything he dropped after this, I'm on it. Because this John right here was just little. And I wouldn't be surprised if he win the Grammy for Best Album of the Year, because this John was, it was that good. Like, I mean, it was that good. Even though, like I said, I need more. It was only 13. You know what I mean? But I'm looking forward to the next Harry Styles project. Like, that's just, I'm looking forward to the next Harry Styles joke. Like, I need Harry Styles. I need the next joke. But yeah, that's number two. So, you guys guessed it. You know what I mean? You seen the thumbnail if you know what I mean, if you on the YouTube, you had to see it. Number one on HollyHood's top 25 albums of 2022, we have the Queen Bee, Beyonce herself, Miss Carter Knowles, whatever. You know what I mean? The mother of Blue Ivy. You know what I mean? We shall not speak no slander on Beyonce's internet. You know what I mean? Renaissance. Now I know. People are probably shocked, like Renaissance, and I know a lot of people didn't like this Beyonce album, which is crazy. I don't know why you didn't. You know what I mean? But it came out July 29th, 16 songs. You know, bro, Beyonce said, "Listen, I could tap into anything and make this shit gold." You know what I mean? I've been saying this for years. Beyonce is a musical genius. Like she is like I put her she is on that echelon. Her, Kendrick, like Kanye West. I mean, a few other people, but like just musical genius, like a Tyler Creator. But she stands above all of them. Like I mean, like musically, Beyonce is just, she's a god, a goddess, whatever you want to call her. She's a fucking supreme deity when it comes to this, just being an artist. Like she is, oh my god, like this album from top to bottom, bro. Like just the whole sound of it. You know what I mean? Cozy. You know what I mean? You know, Cuff It is that shit. Alien Superstar. Break My Soul. You know what I mean? Fucking Virgo's Groove. You know what I mean? All up in your, bro, all up in your mind. Like, Beyonce did her thing with this joint, bro. Like, every track, it was just best album of the year. Hands down. You know what I mean? this shit from top to bottom was. I ran this joint back several times because it was that good. Like, I mean, and I've always been a Beyonce stan. I've been obsessed with her since I was like fucking 12 years old. But my obsession with Beyonce had nothing to do with why I love this album. It was just, it was a good album. I mean, it was a great album. It was an amazing album, astonishing. I mean, whatever superlatives you want me to use, that's what it was. Like, this album is always going to be talked about. I mean, from years to come, it's going to have hella replay value, just like every Beyonce album has. But this John, well, I might have to do a show where I rank Beyonce albums because this one may be at the. Nah, I don't know because 4 is that shit. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. 4 and Lemonade, but you know what I mean, this John definitely is top 3, is top 5ish. You know what I mean? But yes, Beyonce with Renaissance at number 1. You know what I mean? Number 1 is Beyonce, the Queen Bee herself. You know what I mean? Comes in at number 1 for the top 25 albums of 2022. It's Beyonce. So yeah, man, that was my top 25 albums of 2022. You know what I mean? For those who weren't here the whole time, you know what I mean, I'll run the list back for you. You know what I mean? Just so you can know. Like, so at 25, we had Her Loss by Drake and 21 Savage. You know what I mean? 24 was Benny the Butcher, Tana Talk 4. 23 was Charlie XCX with Crash. You know what I mean? 22, we had Conway the Machine, God Don't Make Mistakes. 21, we had Denzel Curry, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. 20 was Raven Lenae with Hypnos. 19, we had Ari Lennox, Age, Sex, Location. 18, Freddie Gibbs, Soul Separately. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, no, 18 was Future. I mean, Future was 18 with I Never Liked You. Pardon me. I Never Liked You, Future at 18. 17, we had Saba with A Few Good Things. 16 was Freddie Gibbs, Soul Separately. 15, we had King's Disease 3, Nas. 14 was Jesse by Jesse Reyes. 13, Westside Boogie, More Black Superheroes. At 12, we had Smino with Love for Rent. 11, Pusha T, Is Almost Dry. 10, Ransom, No Rest for the Wicked. 9, Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy. 8, 2000, Joey Badass. 7, Drill Music in Zion, Lupe Fiasco. 6, Calvin Harris, Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2. 5, Dawn FM, The Weeknd. 4, The Forever Story by Jid. 3, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. 2, Harry's House by Harry Styles. And number 1, numero uno, Renaissance by Beyonce. So that is my top 25 albums of this year. You know what I mean? I easily could have did like a top fucking 40 to be honest, because it was a lot of shit that came out this year that was good. But I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna do a top 25. But yes, we are about to wrap it up. You know, Make It Make Sense is about to come on within about the next 30 minutes or so. So you can catch me on that joint as well. You know what I mean? But this has been Welcome to HollyHood episode 7. This was my top 25. This is, like I said, this is a special episode. I'm going to do one of these once a month where, I just deviate from the topics I usually talk about. You know what I mean? And so my next joint, I might do something within the lines of like sports. You know what I mean? I may do some like sports related. So with my next joint, so I'm gonna think of something. I'm gonna whip up some shit, and I'm gonna get into that. Or I might just do another music joint. I might do like top 25 current rappers. You know what I mean? I might do that, but it's either gonna be music or sports. But the next Welcome to HollyHood episode, you will see. I do have some topics ready for you guys for the next joint. So we are gonna go in on. There was a tweet put out by a dude saying that He said, and I quote, "Still can't believe I spent $150 on dinner and didn't, yeah, even bought flowers. I'm done being a nice guy." So I'm going to go in on this nigga, you know what I mean, on, why he set himself up for failure and why you should not be out here, thinking just because you spent X amount of dollars on a date, you going to get some ass. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I've been said it before. If she want to have sex with you, she going to have sex with you, regardless of how much money you spending, my guy. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you even get the pussy before you take her out on the date. But hey, but yeah, we going to talk about that. And then we also going to talk about another tweet where a young lady said, "Oh yeah, do your top 25, top 25 classic." Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do my top 25 all time. So, you know what I mean, all time albums. I have a top. I think I have a top 50 that I posted on my Facebook. I probably could just run this over, transition that over to here, and you know what I mean, see what the gang thinks about it. But yeah, the other tweet we're gonna go in on is a young lady says, and I quote, "If a man leaves after you cheated, he clearly wasn't a real man. Real men would work through it and help you become a better woman. Better woman. They accept you with all your flaws." I'm going to let y'all know why she would even say some bullshit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but we're going to go in on that because, I mean, you know, if you leave after you cheated, you're smart. You know what I mean? That's what you are. You ain't got nothing to do with being real or being fake. You know what I mean? Somebody, you know, fucked you over or just ruined the trust that you had for him. You know what I mean? Leaving them does not make you fake. You know what I mean? And a real man does not have to accept your flaws. He does not. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to accept all your flaws, as she said. No, that's not happening. Just like as a woman does not have to accept all your flaws as a man. You know what I mean? There are certain flaws you will accept and certain flaws you will not. But yeah, he's definitely a real asshole and a real dickhead if he's staying and you knowing this woman is openly cheating on you. You know what I mean? And she said, real men will work through it and help you become a better woman. Help yourself become a better woman. Why do I gotta stay in a toxic situation to help you become better? You know what I mean? When you should want that for yourself. Like, I mean, it's not up to me to fix you. You know what I mean? I can help you, gear yourself towards fixing you, but I can't fix you. You know what I mean? That's not that's not my job. But we'll get into that next week. You know what I mean? That'll be next week's episode. You know what I mean? I'll be back with two things can be true. If you knew better, you do better. You know what I mean? I may be by myself. I may have Con Man with me, or I might have Lala up here with me. You know what I mean? You never know. But either way, welcome to HollyHood. We'll be back. We back next Saturday with episode 8. You know what I mean? It's your boy. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow the Blur Cartel on all social media platforms. We're talking Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. We even on Reddit. And if you're listening to these, hit up Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts. You know what I mean? And if you like the music talk and you like seeing me talk music and you love my music opinions, what it sound like every Thursday at 7. You know what I mean? We on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Make sure you hit that what it sound like. You know what I mean? That WISL. You know what I mean? You're going to see the logo. You know what I mean? You'll know it when you see it. But yes, it's What It Sound Like podcast. We come on every Thursday at 7. If you watch me, you already know. Like, you know what I mean? But that's What It Sound Like podcast every Thursday at 7. Best music podcast in the world. Next week, I don't know if we on because it's Thanksgiving. So, I don't know. I might be, you know what I mean? I might be face deep in some macaroni and cheese. So, I don't know if I'm going to be on this joint. Like, but if I am, you might see me with a plate in my hand. Like, but yeah. What it sound like, we back, and we got an interview coming up. My man Easy out here in Philly, I mean, we got another interview popping, so we gonna interview him. He gonna let us know what he got in store for us, tell us his story. You know what I mean? But yeah, this has been Welcome to HollyHood. You know what I mean? Episode 7. We'll be back next week with episode 8. You know what I mean? Tune in to the Blur Cartel Monday through Sunday. You know, Monday we got the Locker Room. Tuesday, Culture Watch, me and BMT. And on Wednesday, we got the roundtable discussions. Thursday, we bring you What It Sound Like in the Nerds of Combat. Friday, we got you with Friday Night Yurt and the Honey and Cocoa podcast. You know what I mean? Saturday, you'll see the triple header. Welcome to HollyHood, Make It Make Sense, and Blurred Cartel After Dark. And then on Sunday, we hit you with that Blurred Cartel post game where we give you all your football news and updates. You know what I mean? But yeah, this has been Welcome to HollyHood episode 7. I'm rambling now. It's time to get the fuck up out of here. But I'll holler at y'all. See y'all next week. I'll be live again in the next 30. Make it make sense. We out.